We all have a mouthpiece, but the mind speaks before the mouth does. The mind will take you where you want to go based on what you believe in your thoughts, in your mind. It will also keep you in places based on what you believe. That alone should empower you, that you co-create your own life. Your current life is a manifestation of what you believed in your mind. Let's take your life work, your relationships, financial predicaments, constant situations. If these circumstances do not produce joy and they are sustained, these circumstances are telling you something. They are telling you to create something new with your mind. So let's take a look at what you've created in love, money, relationships, friendships. Some things you're content with, other things, not so much. And you think, how did I get here? How did I create something that's not in alignment with me, that does not produce joy for me? By waking up every day and allowing those initial morning thoughts to not only greet you, but steer you throughout the day. And most of those thoughts are pulled from yesterday's failures, yesterday's happenings, yesterday's woes, combined with worst case scenarios for your present day. And if you allow this process to happen day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, there's your life. Okay, so Dorian, how do I properly activate my mind so that I can shift my life? Well, when you wake up in the morning, before you grab your coffee, your tea, your toothbrush, your phone, grab your thoughts. Those thoughts are going to be ready to greet you, to tell you what you cannot do, what you cannot be, and what you cannot have. And it's more than just speaking affirmations out of your mouth. I am loved. I am beloved. You're going to have to get specific with the things that are going on in your specific life. Remember, the mind speaks first. So one of the things that people do is they'll grab their journals and they'll just start reading their affirmations. I am loved. I am beloved. I am special. Those are general affirmations and they're great. But if you want to really shift, you're going to have to sit there quietly and listen to what the mind is saying. What is it saying to you specifically? Is it reminding you of what happened yesterday? Then that's what you need to address. If it's reminding you that you ate like a food junkie, even though you're trying to eat clean, you need to automatically grab the thoughts that are speaking to you in that moment and address them specifically. If it's regarding a friendship, a relationship, your first thoughts could be something financial. I don't get paid for another 3 days and I don't have this. Right there, grab that thought. What do you mean you don't have? You're allowing your mind to tell you what you don't have. When you are a creator, you can manifest money, you can create money. So therefore, you take that thought and you say, I have more than enough. Money always comes to me. I'm always provided for. No, my past, present, and future financial obligations are fulfilled. I'm taken care of. That's done. You open your mouth and you begin to speak to the thoughts that are in your mind. It's not just general affirmations. It's not the same ones every day. It depends on what you are dealing with in that moment. If you're struggling with food and you wake up and you're already thinking about going to Shipley's Donuts and you know that you're wanting to eat clean, your first thoughts are, I'm disciplined. I'm controlled. Food does not control me. I have power over food. I have power over my cravings. Let's say you wake up and you're still single, and then those thoughts start to mess with you. You grab those thoughts. I love my life. I love this peace. I love this quiet. I love the healing that is being produced in my life as I am spending this time alone. I love having fun with myself. I love my life. This is the best time of my life right now. The thought of working out. Do you see how powerful our thoughts are? Just the thought of working out will either push you to the gym, push you to the garage to work out, or it's going to stop you. And that's where you have to grab that thought. And the mind is so powerful that all you have to do is go there in your mind. Wherever you want to be in love, money, whatever you're specifically dealing with, go there in your mind. How do I know you can do that? Because we do it all the time. We daydream. You could hear a song and it will take you back to 1993, although we're in 2021. You could be in a board meeting or, at work, surrounded by people, and there's all these conversations and they're talking to you, trying to get your attention, and they have to snap you out of it. And you're like, oh, I was somewhere else. And that's why our life is the way that it is because we are going somewhere else. And sometimes that's a positive place. Sometimes that's a negative place. We go to these places in our mind that says, this is all I can get. This is all I deserve. This is how life is always going to be for me. And you start just daydreaming. We literally daydream about staying in lack and being poor and being single and ever getting married. And we're looking at people on social media. That's the mind taking you. scrolling through the social media pages. Or you can sit back and say, in your mind, before you even speak it, wow, that's what it's going to look like for me to have abundance. That's what it's going to look like when I'm finally in a mutually abundant, loving relationship. Wow. And before you know it, you'll start speaking it. You'll start having those conversations with your friends because you are taking authority with your mind and empowering yourself to shift and create a life that is in alignment with your true desires. And the fact that you have those desires tells you that it's true. So when you hear lies about, I can't have enough money, I won't ever have enough money, I'll always be broke, my credit score will always be this way, the fact that you desire something different tells you that those thoughts are a lie. That also goes along with having a scarcity mindset, which is something that I dealt with. That is why I ate so much food, and that's why I was always broke, because I had a scarcity mindset. That is when you believe that there will never be enough. And I had that mindset not just in money, but in food and in relationships. There's never going to be any good men out here, so I just have to settle with this. I have to settle with someone who doesn't know what they want. I have to settle with someone who can't choose between two people. I have to settle for someone who is slightly abusive, verbally abusive, doesn't really respect me, but I'm just going to stay there anyway. I have to eat all of this food right now because I may not have any more later. They may run out. There'll never be enough, so I have to eat it all now, which caused weight issues and health issues. I'm not going to even try to save money because I'll never have enough anyway. I'm not going to even pay my bills or pay my debts. I'm always going to run out anyway. Scarcity mindset. It's all in the mind. That's how powerful we are. Realizing that, yes, these mindsets are sometimes inherited, but they're also passed down again. You're going to have to be the one to stop that in your bloodline. And this takes work. This takes work. It takes discipline, but it's worth it. It takes discipline to not allow thoughts to just run crazy in your mind without you grabbing them, pulling them down. So instead of constantly being upset and talking to your friends about your unfaithful partner who's been cheating for years, that's not the issue. The issue is your mind. Your mind says, this is what I'm supposed to put up with. This is what I'm supposed to deal with. This is all I can get. This is all I deserve. It's your mind that's allowing you to stay in a toxic situation. But when you grab those thoughts and you begin to daydream, you start to think about a whole relationship, a faithful relationship, someone who sees your value, someone who sees your worth. Because you have to go there first in your mind before you get there. You have to. I've talked about this before. You have to already think like a CEO before you actually walk in that position. You have to actually think like a mother before you are 6 months pregnant. You have to actually think like a homeowner before you own the home. While you're in that toxic mess, you're going to have to change your mind and your thoughts. That's the only way that you're going to get out of it. Seeing yourself. And as you begin to see it, your mind starts to change. Your feelings about yourself start to change. Your feelings about that person starts to change. And before you know it, you're out of that relationship. It starts here. This is where the power is, in your mind. This is going to take discipline. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing, but it's worth it. And your feelings are a good indicator of what you're thinking about. You're going through your day and all of a sudden you start to feel down because in the back of your mind, you're thinking about how they didn't call you back for the job, how you're not sure if it's going to work out if you make this move. You're thinking about how much money they're asking for and how much money you do not have. And I will leave you with this. If you want a brand new life, you have to have new thoughts. This also means that you will have to remove yourself from people that are still wanting to hold on to the old mindsets. And if you're the one that's supposed to break the generational curses, including mindsets in your family and in your bloodline, you will not be able to dwell amongst those who are comfortable with those inherited energies, with those spirits and those mindsets. So be empowered today through your mind.